was recently able to attend my very first homeschool convention, and let me just say, wow. It was amazing. I loved the exhibit hall. I loved the sessions. I loved getting to see people and actually meet them live and in person who I'd only talked to over the internet. So it was so much fun. In this video, I want to let you know, what did I buy at the exhibit hall? If you have a chance to go to a homeschool convention, I highly recommend that you do. The first thing that we purchased, I actually don't have right here. It is a book by Israel Wayne, which I will show a picture of it here and link it down below. But my mother and I went together to the convention, and she is currently reading this book. If you have not listened or read anything by Israel Wayne, I strongly recommend you doing so. I will link some information on him below. He is a wealth of information, and I learned so much through his sessions. So again, Israel Wayne, check him out. My first session that I attended was from Mission Imperative, all about secrets of the ancient world. I had to check out their booth at the exhibit hall. I purchased the Creation Safari DVD. This is all about Genesis and why it is important to study Genesis. Also, I did purchase the Ancient Civilizations DVD. Again, this is what the talk was on that I watched. It was wonderful, and I'm so excited for my daughter to be able to watch this DVD. Finally, they recommended, and I purchased this book. Brilliant. Within this book, what really sold it to me was the timeline. I am very excited to be able to look at where and when events happened in world history. My daughter does love U.S. history. However, next year we are moving into world history. I was looking for some ideas in how to keep U.S. history as part of our homeschool, even on a lower scale. And I found this devotion all about the U.S. Constitution. It is reading the Constitution in 30 days. There's also this section following that really highlights this section and explains why it is important, what it says, and how we can pray. As I mentioned, we will be doing world history next year, and I like those supplements. I like to bring in ideas on hands-on learning, on different things we can do within history. Biblioplan has a great supplement for this. Biblioplan is a larger curriculum where I just purchased this portion of it. If you're interested in Biblioplan, please check out their website, or Megan from Pennies and Salt does have some videos on Biblioplan. But as far as this hands-on activity book goes, you can see that we do have 34 chapters. Within each chapter, there are multiple choices for activities that you can do. I'm not planning on doing every one of these activities, but I do like the fact that there are so many in here that we can pick and choose from one easy place what we want to do. Speaking of these hands-on activity projects, I did find the Take Time for Art activity bundle for Egypt. Now, they do have a number of other pieces: Ancient Egypt, Ancient Greece, Ancient Rome, the Middle Ages, and the Renaissance. I just wanted to purchase one to see how my daughter liked it before we purchased more. I'm not planning on using every single one that they have, but I do think that they will be a lot of fun for just a special activity. I did get the materials pack that just includes absolutely everything in it, but you can also get an essentials pack. Something that I thought would be interesting and a lot of fun to incorporate a little bit of the time throughout the year was an introduction to food science. This is from Edible Knowledge. This is a workbook introduction, and it is just that. It has food science basics as well as different chapters for food processing, water, carbohydrates, protein, etc. Each chapter does include hands-on experiments, and it is with materials that are relatively easy to come. We do love the Who Was books in our homeschool. However, going into middle school, I'm not sure that we're going to have as much time as we had in the past for those Who Was books. I found these history bites. We were able to get Major Wars, History Bites, Great Adventures, and Infamous People, Volume 1. These History Bites are short snippets regarding history. For example, for the Major Wars, you can see that you're going to be covering 30 wars throughout history. Each of these are approximately 5 pages. They just give an overview with some interesting facts for each of the wars, and then obviously we can dig in more later. I wanted to go ahead and get this as something that my daughter could read on her own, and if she was more interested, we can then get the Who Was books, which will have more materials in them. But for a starter, this is these are bites that she can read on her own as a supplement to what we're reading. If you're interested in how I'm planning on utilizing these materials, please make sure that you are subscribed, as I am working on those videos right now for 6th grade curriculum and supplements.